It's the 2K Sports pregame show, brought to you by Kia.
Greetings and welcome to 2K Sports. I rarely say greetings, but I just did. I'm your host, Ernie Johnson, alongside Kenny and Shaq. And it is Magic basketball tonight as the Orlando Magic go up against the Atlanta Hawks. Looking at the Hawks, these guys are playing good basketball with 7 wins in their last 10 games, and they like their chances tonight. You look at what Coach Budenholzer has done with this Hawks team for several years now. They've been a very tough matchup. How does Coach go out and get so much out of this roster?
You know, comes from a Spurs background under Coach Popovich, which focuses on playing strong team basketball. He's probably the best coach in the last 30 years.
Wow, 30 years. I would agree with that. You know, I'm trying to think who would be better. I don't know. But anyway, the passing in their offense is probably what makes them 30 years. Yeah, the passing in their offense. I keep that 30-year thing is just keep hitting me is what's really good. But Coach Bud is under his tutelage, kind of mimics his style. 30 years, man, that's probably accurate.
Over 30 years.
Bill Jackson?
He may be one of the best coaches in all of sports over that 30 years.
Kenny, it's
Bill
not
Jackson.
Kenny, it's not accurate, it's Shaq-urate.
I'm talking about Pop, too.
Okay.
Here's Kevin Hart.
There's Phillips Arena, our setting tonight, with the lights of downtown Atlanta shining in the background. Welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. I'm Kevin Harlan alongside Clark Kellogg and Greg Anthony. From the sideline, our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge. So glad you could join us here at the Phillips Arena, the home of the Hawks in Atlanta. And, of course, Jeff Green. He's a guy that will be sorely missed.
You know, what the trade means to me, guys, is they think some of their younger players are ready to spread their wings and take on a little more responsibility. They're going to get more minutes for those guys and allow them to see a little more playing time.
Clearly a forward-thinking deal, you know, and even if his aren't the biggest shoes to fill, it still puts a lot of pressure on your young guys. And let's see if they're ready to fill that void.
We are nearly ready for the tip-off, but first, let's hear from our very own David Aldridge. DA, it's all yours.
Well, Nick Vucevic is from a basketball family. His father, Borislav, played professionally until age 44. Nick said, "I used to watch him practice every day. He taught me everything, not just skill-wise, but how to live as an athlete, being mentally ready for the ups and downs. Even today, he's kind of my personal coach. He tells me what he sees and how I can get even better." Kevin?
Big advantage, DA. Thanks.
And the Hawks, you know, really an interesting situation. You go back 2 seasons ago, they had the best record in the East. Made it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and then last year, they showed some slippage. I mean, and pretty soon, everything was in play.
And it's the Hawks to start out. A look at the starting group for the Magic. Gordon down low with Vucevic. The guard tandem is Payton and Fournier. And it's Ross in at the 3. And for the Hawks, trade talk swirling last season, GA. From role players to their star players, it seemed nothing was off the table.
Yeah, but credit them for having a great culture and chemistry in that locker room. That kind of uncertainty takes a toll on anyone, though. And they've done their best to try to keep some stability and a roadmap to further success.
So the Orlando Magic able to put the first points up on the board. Bazemore passes to Ilyasova. A three-pointer off the mark. On defense, the Hawks. This game coming after a loss against the Bucks.
And really, I thought what was the difference in that game, offensive rebounding, or the lack thereof. A lot of one-and-dones in that game.
Yeah, offensive rebounding to me is all about heart, the willingness to get in there and mix it up, do your work early, get to that inside position. And I didn't see any of that fight from them.
Here's Bazemore following the score by Aaron Gordon. It's stolen by Vucevic. And here's Fournier. 17 points for him last game against Denver. Here's Bazemore, and it's blocked by Gordon.
At the defensive end, Gordon is very accomplished. I mean, he gets off the ground quickly and is an excellent shot blocker as a result.
Vucevic dishes to Payton. It's stolen by Schroeder. He feeds it to Ilyasova. It's stolen by Vucevic. Payton kicks to Fournier. Dishes to Ross. Here's Payton. Somehow ignores the tight D and gets the layup. Payton's got his first 2 points of the night.
When it comes to scoring the ball inside, Payton's a master at it. I mean, the defense can contest him all they want down there, but he still finds ways to bury it right in their face.
And that one's good. Schroeder.
There they go, finally able to drop one in on their 4th try.
Orlando, they've gotten their first 3 shots to go in for him to start off this game. Picked by Vucevic. Payton kicks to Ross. That's in, coming off an assist from Payton.
4 straight makes out of the gate. That's a sweet start.
The Hawks trail by 6. And here in the first, approaching 3 minutes played. And it's Schroeder missing.
That's now 4 misses on their first 5 attempts. Still trying to find the rhythm and flow here offensively.
Payton outside. Up top, Fournier. High post try. No good off the front iron.
Well, you know what? All good things must come to an end, and they finally miss after making their first 4.
Bazemore passes to Ilyasova. And it's off from 3-point range. Magic leading by 6. Inside. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
Oh, I love the way Payton is always looking to swing the ball. I mean, he's constantly on the lookout for the ball reversal to help an open teammate get a shot.
Now here's Schroeder. He had a 12-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee.
But what stood out for me was his gorgeous playmaking out there. I mean, over and over, he was finding his teammates in a great position to score.
The Magic have gone 5 of 6 so far from the field to start out the game. Payton dishes to Vucevic. Back to Payton. Beautiful dish, and the layup goes down.
Just impressed with the teamwork out there, setting the table for one another.
5 straight baskets, Greg, resulting from assists. They're playing as one unit out there.
Now here's Bazemore. He's had some playing time, but no scoring yet from him.
Boy, from my angle, it looked like it was in the bottom of the net. Looked good from here.
Yeah, I'm about as shocked as you are, Clark.
Gordon up on top. He's guarded by Plumlee. Ross with it. Turned in an outstanding game against Denver.
That's one he knows he should have drained.
Bazemore for 3. Gets that one to fall after missing his first 2. 1 for 3 from the field.
There's a chance he could go for a big game if they don't D him up on the perimeter.
Now Payton. 11 points for him in that last game against Denver.
But his passing just blew me away. I mean, to see him operate their offense that way was a breath of fresh air.
And Elfrid Payton, the lefty Driesell College Defensive Player of the Year award recipient back in 2014 at the University of Louisiana Lafayette. Man, this kid has excellent size and quickness and a tremendous motor. He gets after it and gets into his opponent.
And Payton at 6'4" can switch on to shooting guards if need be.
And Kevin, he rebounds well enough to play there too. I mean, you like him hounding the ball handler. He's aggressive, fights through screens, puts a lot of pressure on the ball handler with his defense.
And a moment here to take a look at the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
You know what, guys? It looks to me like they're really in sync here, all on the same page. They've already got a bunch of assists.
Yeah, they're showing some muscle also in the first half as well, and getting a lot of their points in the paint. Really like the balance they've shown.
He's perfect from the line this time. And guys, when you look at the Magic, what would be your recipe for them to improve offensively?
3-pointers and free throws. I mean, threes and frees, I like to say. Last season shot the second fewest free throws in the league with their athletes. They've got to find a way to get more trips to the line. And when you look at the threes, I mean, shot a decent percentage, but we're in the bottom third in terms of attempts. They need that floor spacing, so they've got to add some shooters.
Here's Fournier, and 2 free throws coming up as he misses that one, drawing the whistle and a lot of contact there.
I'd like to see Fournier drawing contact on his shots. I mean, he's a crafty player who gives defenses a lot of problems.
First trip to the free throw line for him in this one.
And he's been terrific, guys. I mean, the percentage right around 86%, so no doubt he's pleased with that.
And guys, I think that's a tribute to his work ethic. I mean, it's not by accident that he's enjoying the success he is at the free throw line.
And he makes the first. Evan Fournier at 6'7", great size for the shooting guard position. He can swing to a 3-spot at times, too.
Yeah, I like that versatility. I mean, defensively, he's got quick feet, but he can be overpowered at times. I think he wants to be a better rebounder, so working on that part of his game. So I'd say because of that, he's probably a little more comfortable and effective at the 2-spot right now. And Evan Fournier drafted 20th by the Nuggets back in 2012, but it was the trade to Orlando in 2014 that really unleashed him. I mean, he earned a starting role and showed he can get it done at both ends of the court. An excellent two-way player.
And Fournier in the summer of 2015 hired a track and field legend to train him every morning, working to improve his quickness, speed, and agility.
Well, he's a slasher offensively, so all of that training has certainly helped him. He's always in attack mode, and I think he earned himself a nice raise because of all that hard work he put in.
It's stolen by Vucevic. Now here's Fournier. He's got 6. Payton right side. Gordon a screen. Payton kicks to Gordon. 6 to shoot. Payton drives in. Rebound by the Hawks. This, of course, their first opportunity to play Orlando this season.
And although they were the better team last year by overall record, this was a competitive matchup for them.
Guys, they split the season series, and you know, there's always randomness to this game. The unpredictability of it. You win some, you lose some, but they certainly want to impose their talent level tonight.
Here's Payton following the 3 by Atlanta. That's tipped. Here's Schroeder. 5 points in the game. Prince misses.
There was just enough defensive pressure to get him off balance and cause that shot to go awry.
Here's Gordon. Can't get it to fall.
And right from the start, Kevin, they've been pounding the glass. Most of those 50-50 balls also going their way.
Well, I don't think there's any question about it. They came focused and ready to play. I mean, they're doing everything they can to put things in their favor. You earn that, and they're actually earning it well right now.
So it's Orlando now, following the bucket by the Hawks. Ross passes to Vucevic. Here's Payton. Payton can't get that one to fall. The Hawks trail by 5. Here's Bazemore. It's good, and he drew contact on the shot, so he will go to the line. A 3-point play chance here. So a new group on the floor for Orlando. The Hawks shooting their first free throw of the evening. Orlando, they've gone 7 of 13, just over 50% from the floor. Some good looks. And here's Augustine. Hazonia kicks to Rudez.
Almost an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender can't give up that much of a height advantage and expect to contest it.
Atlanta with the ball. 4-point game. There's a good screen. Augustine with the steal. And he lobs it up toward the rim and finished off by Hazonia.
Oh, phenomenal alley-oop slam there.
They are taking advantage of a team that looks lost out there.
Well, I tell you what, guys, this is really getting close to being real ugly.
So it's Atlanta now. The Magic getting the bucket. Kicks it to Bellinelli. There's the 3. And it's Orlando with the rebound, fresh from a win against the Nuggets.
How about the energy level defensively in that game? I mean, they made finding an open shot a very difficult task for their opponents.
And it wasn't just in the half court. I mean, I thought they were excellent in transition defense as well. They didn't give up any easy baskets because they always had good floor balance and got back after the miss.
So it's the Hawks here. They trail by 6. They get it back. Here's Dedmon, and the whistle blows, and it's going to be an over-the-back call here.
Yeah, nothing wrong with fighting for the rebound, but he gets nailed with the over-the-back call.
And Greg, you know I was an offensive rebounder in my day, and I like that kind of aggressive play. But he's got to do a little better job of trying to get position earlier in that case.
That's a good point. Positioning is so vital when you're trying to rebound the basketball, and that's something that wasn't on display in that possession.
Here's Bellinelli, hits the layup after the sweet pump fake to freeze the D.
Timely passing leads to assists, and that's been the recipe for success.
Everybody on the same page, completely in sync, tremendous communication and awareness.
Biombo, no luck.
Oh, boy, that would have been a nice alley-oop.
Boy, really liked the thought on that play, but didn't quite get it executed. Almost made a spectacular play.
Fast break, here we go. And so he earns a trip to the line. Official saw the contact, and he'll shoot 2.
Yeah, way to play in attack mode and get to the line.
And, you know, the defense gets their money's worth on that foul, stopping the layup and not giving up the and one.
The Magic have been solid at the line so far, 4 for 4.
And in terms of team numbers, the free throw percentage is right at 74.
You know, their percentages dropped off just a little bit compared to last year, guys, but it's not a huge drop-off, so no major concern.
Greg, the Atlanta Hawks, a disciplined team. They've got the right coach in Mike Budenholzer. Wouldn't you agree?
I really do. They don't make a lot of mistakes. Offensively, they move the ball and they make the simple play. And defensively, they deny in transition and avoid cheap fouls. They really don't beat themselves.
So he comes up empty at the line. The Hawks trail by 4. There's Bembry. And the shot no good, a bit short.
And if the shot's not there, you've got to understand that move the basketball.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm not quite sure what his mindset or what he was thinking there. I mean, that was just a terrible shot.
Delaney, guarded by Augustine. Outside, Bellinelli. No good that time. So Orlando will take it the other way.
His touch has disappeared on him this quarter. He just hasn't been able to get it going.
Yeah, I mean, maybe could have tried for a more memorable dunk than that one.
And we know he's capable of those memorable ones.
Hey, they've got a nice, comfortable lead here, fellas. Might as well keep it simple. Do it a plain, simple one-hander, just like pound cake.
I would agree. And Atlanta has possession. The Magic getting the bucket.
And Kevin, they need to be consistent with their effort on the boards. You look at the box score, and they're at a definite disadvantage.
And, you know, time will tell how big a factor that becomes in this game, guys, but if you're the coaching staff, it's certainly a point of emphasis. He's going to play his way right onto the bench and out of the game if he continues to shoot it like he has so far in this quarter.
No good from Simmons. The Hawks trail by 6. Here's Bembry. To the wing right side. Poked away. Out of bounds. Orlando takes possession. A chance here to assess what parts of the floor the attempts have been coming from as we look at the shot chart for Orlando.
And they've been doing a great job of getting into the paint and scoring inside. The defense allowing them easy access to the rim, and boy, are they taking advantage.
Orlando leading by 6. There's 53 seconds left in the first quarter. Here's Azania. Taking a look at his numbers, he averages about 7 points a game.
The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening.
It really is, Clark. The defenders need to do a better job of closing those lanes to the hoop.
Here's Bellinelli. He's coming off a 13-point game against the Bucks in Milwaukee. There's 25 seconds left in the first quarter. No good from Simmons.
And being that close to the hoop, I thought he had enough room to finish that one.
Down low, there's the pass to Bembry. There's the pick. This one for three. No good. Shot missing. And that concludes the first quarter of play. Magic out in front, up by 8. 2K Sports back in a moment here at Phillips Arena in Atlanta. And the first quarter is in the books. Second about ready to get underway. And guys, for the Magic, what jumps out to you so far, numbers-wise?
Not much room to operate offensively. The defense has been stifling through the first.
Greg, they haven't given up a lot of easy chances at all.
Magic leading by 8. And now let's check out the lineups courtesy of Gatorade, all fueled up and ready to go. Here's the second quarter of play. So on the floor for Orlando, we've got Bismack Biyombo, DJ Augustine out there with Evan Fournier, and it's Rudez in at the 4. And out of bounds as the Magic will gain possession. Having an efficient three-point attack, very tough to defend. Let's see some of the best. Fifth on the list, the Magic.
No doubt they have snipers on that roster, that's for sure. It's been a terrific year for them from beyond the arc.
Well, Orlando shooting pretty good tonight at 48%. Augustine with it. He hasn't scored yet. That I'm sure will change. Hazzania. Rebound by Muscala. Muscala's got 3 rebounds so far in the game. And it's Rudez missing. The Hawks trail by 8. Here's Bellinelli. Here's Dedmon. And that's good. A nice job in the glass as they pick up 2 on the second effort.
And when the size advantage is as big as it was there, I mean, that's exactly what he's supposed to do in that situation.
Fournier dishes to Biyombo. Passes it to Hazzania. Three-pointer. Bembry with the rebound. Hawks have gone 1 of 3 to start out the second quarter.
And Mario Hazonia, the 5th overall pick in 2015 out of Croatia. He's played pro basketball from the time he was a teenager, competing in the 2nd best league in the world since age 17. That'll get you ready for the NBA.
The Hawks have gone 2 of 4 shooting the ball here in the second. Now let's go to the sideline and catch up with our Hall of Famer, David Aldridge.
Well, we know Mario Hazonia is a sharpshooter out of Croatia, and some say he was the cockiest player from that 2015 draft class. He once said, "I've never had respect to anybody on a basketball court. I don't care. Whether it's a veteran or a young player standing in front of me, I always have the same goal. I want to run over everybody." Kevin?
What a quote. He is not shy. Thanks, D.A. And Hazonia was regarded as maybe the cockiest player in his draft class. The guy is tremendously confident.
Yeah, and nothing wrong with that when you're a sniper. You love to see shooters not have any fear and have great confidence and no conscience when it comes to launching them from three-point range. So that assassin's mentality and bravado, that's what you want in a shooter.
Bellinelli passes to Muscala. The dish to Dedmon. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. And Muscala kicks to Bellinelli. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Both teams will make substitutions. Magic leading by 6. Now Payton taking a look at his stats. He's averaging around 9.5 points a game. Gordon dishes to Payton. Pulls it from 20, and he nails the jumper. Payton's got 6.
That is a very low percentage shot, Kevin, but it's the result they were looking for at the end of the day.
That's tipped and stolen by Payton. To the paint. Here's Gordon. And foul called as he misses. He'll go to the line and shoot 2.
And, you know, the performance of Aaron Gordon in last season's dunk contest cemented his status as a fan favorite. That take-a-chair-in-the-air dunk where he jackknifed over the mascot to dunk it with his left hand, that was one of the all-time great dunks in the history of that competition.
First one falls for him. In that 2016 dunk contest, dunk for dunk, arguably the most spectacular competition we've ever seen.
No argument here. Gordon and Levine gave us one for the ages. It might have been fitting to rule it a tie, but Gordon's not complaining. He certainly made a name for himself.
And the Hawks making a change here. Bazemore is checked in. Gordon hits both of them.
The former Arizona Wildcat, Gordon is a high-motor player who gives great effort out there all the time.
Atlanta calls timeout. In addition to going over the game plan and making whatever necessary adjustments have to be made, Greg, this timeout also the time for players to get rehydrated or hydrate for the first time with some Gatorade. Plenty of basketball still to be played here, and they have to get recharged.
It's a great point. Without proper hydration, a player can completely run out of gas down the stretch of a game, and that's something that none of these guys can afford to have happen. If you're going to battle all the way to the finish, you have got to be hydrated.
Over these last 10 games on the Magic schedule, this is how they stack up right here. 6th in free throw percentage, 6th in fast break points, and they're in the top 10 getting into the passing lanes and coming up with steals.
Yeah, and getting back to their free throw percentage, you know, it might seem like a small thing, but sometimes it's those little things that can put a team over the top.
And the Hawks with possession here. Only giving up 6 here in this quarter. Here's Schroeder. The pick gave him all the room he needed, and he knocks down the J. Schroeder's got 9. Payton outside. Down low. Here's Fournier, and it's good. Through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
What's up? And it's hard to deal with Fournier if you're defending him. I mean, he makes good decisions, whether he's passing or shooting the ball, and that makes him hard to guard. Boy, the Magic last season improved by 10 wins. That's nice progress for a young team, and I think they'll continue to make progress, especially at the defensive end of the floor.
Now, here's Bazemore. He's got 9. Ilyasova passes to Schroeder. The kick out to Ilyasova. And the ball goes out of bounds. Last touch by Plumlee.
A moment here to see some numbers for Payton. A strong stretch of play the last 10 games. He's putting up about 8 points a game, 10 assists, and 2 rebounds. And guys, he's making winning plays. It's as simple as that. Not a star player per se, but he makes his presence felt.
And fellas, I would say he's been overachieving a little bit lately. Hopefully this is a sign of greater things for the future.
Here's Fournier, rebounded by the Hawks. Plumlee's got his 4th rebound in this one.
Well, you know, they're in the lead, but he's still been frustrated from an offensive standpoint.
The Hawks trail by 11. Guys are looking for a spark here.
Yeah, a cold stretch offensively for sure.
Payton against Schroeder. Pass to Ilyasova. From past the arc. Another miss by Ilyasova. Orlando's gone 0-2 from deep here in the second. And Vucevic kicks to Fournier. Wasted no time on that shot, but it's off the mark. Hawks shooting only 27% from the field, looking pretty ugly out there. Back to Plumlee. Prince outside. There's the screen. Plumlee with the screen. Atlanta again missing.
Not able to find it here in the second. He's off stride and off track just a bit after that one he had earlier.
Here's Gordon. Doesn't get it to drop for him. Plumlee with some nice D. So it's Atlanta now. 11-point game. Next game for them, they'll take on the Raptors at Toronto. That will be a getaway game for them, a 1-game road trip. Fournier, so he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up. And Nikola Vucevic averaging a double-double over the last 4 seasons, and yet There are some questions about how those numbers translate in the win-loss column.
Well, you know, he's not especially quick or explosive, and he is big and strong and takes advantage of those attributes.
Shooting 2.
The league seems to be going away from the slower, bigger post-up guys. If you're not a dunker and a shot blocker or a three-point shooter these days, you can get lost in the shuffle a bit, but this guy, Vucevic, brings a lot of good stuff to the table, and I think it's incumbent upon his team to keep him in positions where he can succeed.
And he makes both free throws.
Take a look at what Fournier's been doing. He has 11 points, and the contribution from the line for him, he's made 5 free throws.
And he hasn't been afraid to draw a little bit of contact on his way to the basket. Some guys shy away from that.
Ilyasova hits the bucket.
This is the kind of player Ilyasova is. I mean, as soon as he has the ball in his hands, he's thinking about letting the shot go.
Vucevic dishes to Ross. Payton against Schroeder. Payton passes to Ross. 6 to shoot, and the jam by Ross.
And he just dangles from the bucket after sending that one through.
And you can see which team has the swagger right now.
Well, you know what? You don't want to do too much to get an opponent riled up. You got to be mindful of that.
Atlanta calls timeout.
Yeah, too many easy buckets coming from inside, and I think he wants to make that a point of emphasis.
I would certainly think so. I mean, if they keep giving up those kinds of easy looks inside, they'll be in big trouble. And, you know, Elfrid Payton's first sport was football. His father played in the Canadian League. But after Hurricane Katrina hit, Payton's New Orleans area youth team disbanded. And Payton moved to Texas and then decided to focus on hoops instead. I don't know how that happened in Texas, as crazy as they are about football there.
Feeds it to Schroeder. To the paint. Here's Plumlee. The shot's good on the assist by Schroeder. And Elfrid Payton, a late bloomer in basketball, he was always the smallest player on his high school team until a growth spurt his junior year of high school.
And that may be why he was so lightly recruited coming out of high school, guys. He ended up going to the University of Louisiana at Lafayette. Not what you would call a powerhouse, but it all worked out because he's where he hoped to be, playing in the NBA.
Jonathan Simmons is checked in for Orlando. And Bazemore kicks to Plumlee. Here's Prince. Had a chance there to cut it to single digits, but it's off target. Magic leading by 10. Here's Simmons. The layup missed. The Hawks shooting 31% in the second. Some poor shot selection for them in this quarter. Now here's Bazemore, guarded closely. Ilyasova sets a screen for Schroeder. He kicks it to Ilyasova. And the shot is long.
You know what? He's just stone cold right now. Really not sure if he's their best option offensively as they try to get back in this game.
For 3, Ross. Down it goes. His third basket. He's now 3 for 4.
Nice stroke from long range. And if he keeps getting those opportunities, he better take them.
Schroeder dishes to Ilyasova. Prince kicks it to Bazemore. Pass to Ilyasova. Here's the 3. Another miss by Ilyasova. Here's Orlando now. They're on a 16-7 run. And it's denied.
Boy, the defensive chops of Ilyasova really coming into play here. I mean, quite surprising, actually impressive at how good he is at timing those shot blocks.
Now here's Payton. This is the most they've led by, 13 points. Here's Bazemore. Lays it in off the breakaway. Bazemore's got 11 points.
And with that speed, once he took off, the D just had no chance of getting back.
Well, I think they did the right thing. I mean, just give up the 2 points and move forward. Hey, discretion is the better part of valor sometimes. Write that one down, game players. Discretion is the better part of valor.
The Magic have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line. He's off on the first.
The reason Peyton has a promising future in this league is because he's a stat sheet stuffer. He does it all.
That one misses.
The Magic last season had their best record in 4 years. I mean, approaching 500. Their young talent is starting to coalesce a bit.
Good ball movement here by the Magic. Ross passes to Vucevic. Atlanta with the rebound. And everybody talking about Orlando's youth, and they'll turn that advantage with the high-energy style. It's going to be fun to watch.
Yeah, I think it's a good fit for them, guys. I mean, pushing the ball on the break, creating pace, attacking the rim, I mean, getting into people defensively. I think that's the right way for them to play based on their personnel.
DJ Augustine's checked in for Peyton. Augustine against Schroeder. To the middle. Kicks it out to Prince. And with that one, the lead is trimmed to single digits. Prince has got himself going with the triple, his first basket of the game. Now here is Augustine. He's been patient so far, nothing yet on the scoreboard. Vucevic dishes to Simmons. 5 to shoot. Using his post move to get the 2 points. And here's Bazemore. He had a 21-point outing in their last game against Milwaukee.
Yeah, but he set up shop at the free throw line. I mean, he just could not be defended out on the floor.
In addition to Ilyasova's ability to light it up from the perimeter, he also feels pretty comfortable in the paint.
Here's Augustine. There's the feed to Gordon. From 10 feet out. Second shot opportunity. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2.
You know, I love how he absorbs the foul and still had a chance to knock that one down.
Boy, terrific play there. I thought even with all the contact, he still was going to get that shot to go down. And Nikola Vucevic, born to play the game. Both of his parents played professionally. They met in a gym. And his father played in Europe for 24 years, so you can't run away from the DNA.
And Vucevic with that basketball upbringing, guys, you see that in his skill level, don't you?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, he can score on the block over either shoulder. He can step out and make the face-up jump shot as well. He's a good passer. Offensively, there's not much he can't do as a big guy.
He hits one, then misses the second attempt from the free throw line.
And the size and skill set that Vucevic possesses makes it hard for defenders. He's agile as a 7-footer, and he also has enough body and knows how to use it that defenses have a real problem with it.
And so here's Orlando, following the 3 by Atlanta. Pick by Vucevic. This is to Augustine. Shot clock at 6. And they come right back with their own 3-pointer.
And how about that, responding to the 3-pointer against them with a quick one of their own.
Terrific little tay-to-tay going on right now. Back and forth. Here we go.
Here's Dedmon, currently averaging almost 6 points a game. Delaney, headed by Augustine. For 3. Second chance shot. Here's Delaney. Nice hit again. Now the pass to Bembry. And Muscala kicks to Dedmon. There's 38 seconds left in the first half. Here's Delaney. They get it again.
You know, fought hard from start to finish on that play. Defended the shot and then finished it off with the rebound.
Here's Vucevic. Defense right on him. Here's Augustine. His second shot goes in. Off to a good start. 2 for 2.
Really impressive seeing a guy like Vucevic carve up the defense with his peripheral vision and passing. So good at spotting the open man.
They set the pick. Bembry off the mark there with the three-point shot. And that does it for the first half of play. Magic lead by 11. And now we'll send it over to David Aldridge, who is standing by courtside. David.
Kevin, thank you. Aaron, you all have played at a high level so far. What has worked for you?
We're just sticking to the game plan. You know, our coaches really drew up something good for us. You know, they wrote it out, and we're sticking to it, and we're executing very well.
Yeah, that's obvious the way you all have played. Thanks for your time. Back to you, Kevin.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
First half in the books. Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, Kenny the Jet Smith. Welcome back as we break down all the action. Out in front at the half is Orlando. They lead by 11. And let's go to Shaq. What did you think of their first half?
You know what, Ernie? I got to stand up on this one. I salute to their bench. Man, once the starters came out, man, the others just came to life. You got to love seeing that kind of contribution come from the others. Man, they look beautiful tonight.
Talk to me, Kenny. How did you think Atlanta played?
Their inaccuracy from behind the arc was brutal. Shot selection, I didn't see any. The perimeter offense they're running, you could scrap that. They need to get back to the basics. Pound it inside, more pick and roll. Try to pick up some easy buckets in transition.
And that about wraps it up. Time
That's
now
it?
for the second half of the game. Yeah. I think Kevin Harlan should call the second half. How about you?
I agree.
Yeah, just like he did the first half.
Well, it's been a one-sided affair so far through the first two quarters, but there's plenty of time to mount a comeback. Nice game. Great performance by Evan Fournier.
Yeah, you know, one of the things about the truly greats of our game is that sometimes you get spoiled because of how consistent they can be. And so far, another big scoring night for him.
And oftentimes when he puts up that many points in the first half, he follows it up with an even better second half. We'll see if that's the case here.
Magic leading by 11. Schroeder and Bazemore pair up at the point and off-guard spots. Prince out there with Miles Plumlee. And it's Ilyasova in at the center position. So that's the Hawks 5.
Man, I like the rambunctious energy in Aaron Gordon. I mean, 2 summers ago, he broke his jaw roughhousing with his older brother. This guy loves to get after it. Now, don't get the wrong idea. People describe him as very mature for his age, and he approaches the game of basketball with that same kind of healthy, reckless abandon.
First free throw is good. Gordon's had his share of injuries over the years. Guys, remember a torn ACL in grade school, a broken elbow playing football, broke a bone in his foot going into his rookie year.
And he's an active young man. I mean, he had his share of scrapes for sure. I mean, he's a gym rat. He loves to be in there working on his game. Even last season, he sprained his arm shooting 1,500 shots in a day. Now, Gordon, listen to me here, okay, young fella? There is something called the diminishing rate of return. So I know you want to work and get a lot of shots up, but we got to temper that thing down now. You've got a long career ahead of you. Let's minimize those 1,500 shot days going forward.
I think that's some pretty good advice, Clark. Very well said. That free throw good from Ross. And both free throws good for Ross. The Hawks trail by 14. Schroeder kicks to Ilyasova. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. He dishes it to Schroeder. Off target from outside. Well, Orlando shooting 43% from the field. Ross kicks to Vucevic. Lets it go from 11. And stolen by Ilyasova. One-on-one here. Here's Bazemore. No good on that one. The Magic go the other way with it. They host the Clippers after this game. And that's the first game in a string of 3 straight at home. And Vucevic throws it down.
Oh, they are putting the hammer down. A huge lead right now.
Yeah, and it doesn't matter if we're talking about their offense or their defense. I mean, it's all been good.
Now here's Schroeder. 9 points in the game so far. Prince with a screen on Payton. Plumlee with the screen. Schroeder with the ball. And it's Gordon picking him up. And it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot. The Hawks have made their only other free throw attempt today in an earlier trip to the line. That's good from Plumlee. No good on the second free throw. Magic leading by 15. Here's Fournier. Bazemore grabs the miss. Prince, that's for 2. Bank shot, no good.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And then Gordon with the dunk.
And Gordon's eyebrows go up when he sees an opportunity to drop the hammer. This guy is a phenomenal athlete who throws it down with some major force.
Here's Schroeder, the Magic getting the bucket. And up the court come the Magic on the break. Fournier's shot is off.
You know, the alley-oop is a great play when it works, but boy, when it doesn't.
Yeah, it can make you look silly. It embarrasses you. And we had a little silliness right there for sure.
Oof, ugly start to the second half. They're still scoreless in their first 5 attempts.
Now here's Fournier. 17-point lead, their biggest. Here's Payton. Drops in the layup for 2.
Timeout.
Payton's got 8 points.
That's the 3rd bucket in a row from the paint. This defense needs to clog those lanes in the middle much more effectively.
You just cannot allow the offense to have that quality of a look each and every possession. And offensively, they've been struggling. He just wants to get them back into a good flow and stop forcing shots.
Well, Greg, the misses started piling up. Things kind of snowballed on him in that regard. This is a good timeout to kind of calm his guys down and hit the reset button.
And let's go quickly to the 2K leaderboard to see the ratings of the best passing 2 guards in basketball. 5th on the list, Evan Fournier.
And that list of players just goes to show that great passing doesn't just come from the point. The way those guys distribute the ball from the 2 spot is a thing of beauty.
Yeah, and it may often be overlooked, that skill at the shooting guard position, but if you think back on the all-time greats at that spot on the floor, they were all fantastic passers. Almost all were fantastic passers.
Bazemore inside the 3-point line. Will not go. This is off the front iron.
You know, he just hasn't looked right to me. A bit out of sorts, if you will. Something's off with his mechanics, at least as I look at it.
At the line for the Magic, Evan Fournier. At the line for 2.
Shot.
The first one falls.
This is a positive trend for him, especially here in the second half. Shooting just above 80% right now. And that's more than respectable. That's good free throw shooting.
The Magic making a switch here. Rudez is checked in. So after making the first, he goes 1 for 2.
And in a relatively short time, Fournier has really increased his role in the league. I mean, he's a player you have to guard and keep an eye on at all times.
Here's Plumlee. Ross grabs the board. Magic leading by 20. He feeds it to Payton. To the middle. And slam dunk by Vucevic.
And whenever Vucevic has the ball that deep in the paint, I mean, he's looking to throw it down.
In the third quarter with just over 3.5 minutes off the clock. And as it goes out of bounds, Atlanta able to keep the ball here. And we take a look here at the shot chart.
And when you come into a game with the mindset of going right at the rim and not settling for outside shots, this is what your shot chart will look like. Every chance they've had to either attack the paint or play back to the basket, they've taken it, and it's been a complete success thus far.
Here is Ilyasova. He has 5, and he's good on the 3-ball. Ilyasova's got 8 points.
He can be a forgotten man in their offense sometimes, but the D still has to keep an eye on him.
Payton kicks to Vucevic. Back to Payton. Nice pass. Led into the rack perfectly for the layup. And the Magic lead by 21. Atlanta's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Kicks to Plumlee. Pass to Prince. And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2. And some stats here, guys, the scoring breakdown for the Magic.
And I like how they've taken the high percentage shot in the paint. In that first half, we saw them doing it, and they've continued to succeed as the game has worn on.
Something that also stands out tonight is the number of assists they have. I mean, that's a mark of a good club.
That free throw, no good. He hits the second from the line. Here is Ross. He's got 9. Vucevic is screen on Prince. Oh, Vucevic in position.
Now that is a terrific cut to the basket by Vucevic. I mean, really excelling in the pick and roll set.
The Hawks shooting just 26% out there. A terrible showing from an offense capable of much better. Ilyasova is screen on Payton. The kick out to Ilyasova. And once again off the mark by Atlanta.
All the time in the world to get that one off.
The dish now to Payton. Orlando moving the ball around. Back to Vucevic. 6 on the shot clock. Fires from 18. Fournier's shot is off.
And he has slipped into a funk. You can see the confidence is shaken.
Yeah, it really is. I mean, he's very much deflated. The basket looks a lot smaller to him at this point, and the only way you can get out of it is to work yourself out of it.
The Hawks have made 3 of their first 5 foul shots tonight.
And I think this is a strength of this team. Solid numbers at the line across the board, 77% collectively.
You know, the numbers from the line, guys, are close to where they were last year, but just a tad worse, so not too bad.
Here's Rudez. He has 6. Vucevic the pass to Rudez. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Rudez has got 8 points.
Heads up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Ilyasova is screen on Payton. Schroeder dishes to Plumlee. Payton against Schroeder. 5 on the clock. Pulls it up. And an air ball on that one. Way off. Magic leading by 21. Let's go now to the sideline and catch up with David Aldridge.
Kevin, as always, the Atlanta Hawks run that fluid offensive system that is widely admired. You know, Steve Kerr, our old friend, used to say they get to the next level of their offense. You take away the first option, they automatically get to the second. You take that one, they automatically and fluidly get to the third option. And very few teams do that. Kevin?
Passing and shooting, DA, that's what it's all about. Thank you. And the Hawks with a completely new group on the floor. Then for the Magic. Biombo, he's checked in for Vucevic. Mario Hezonja comes in for Ross. And DJ Augustine subbed in for Payton. The Hawks trail by 21. There's the pick. Pass to Bellinelli. Feeds to Dedmon. Pass to Bellinelli. 6 to shoot. Atlanta again missing.
Rare you'll see him miss such an open look.
The shot's good from Fournier.
And the defense knows Fournier can knock these shots down. He's really crafty even when they're right up on him.
The feed to Bellinelli. He kicks to Dedmon. Atlanta needs to get off a shot here, and the shot is good. Muscala's got his first points of the game.
Good job threading that pass into the lane. I like his vision, guys. He sees everything.
Augustine with it. He has 5. Top of the key, Fournier. Dishes to Augustine. Rudez kicks to Augustine. And again, it's Orlando with the 3.
Fantastic ball movement. They're picking them apart with their passing.
Purposeful passing it is, partner. Their last 10 points have all come off assists.
Here's Bembry. Wide open. Rebound by the Magic. Hezonja's got his 3rd rebound tonight. And there's the pass to Fournier. He dishes it to Rudez. He feeds it to Augustine. Here's Biombo. Rebound by Muscala. Muscala's got his 8th rebound here tonight. To the inside, and he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And he can time his passes so perfectly. Wow, what an assist.
Now Augustine, he's got 8. Fournier gets a wide open look. Rebound by Muscala. Muscala's got 9 rebounds in the game, getting it done. But they recover it.
And they get it back again. I mean, how many rebounds offensively have they had? Everything's going right for them today. And if you're looking for the main reason that they're trailing in this game, well, look no further than his shooting. I mean, he has hit exactly 0% of his shots.
Rudez, it's deflected. Inside, here's Dedmon, and he banks in the layup. Dedmon's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Well executed possession. They controlled the shot. Nicely done.
Now here is Augustine. Kicks it to Fournier. Expanding his range. Rebound by Muscala. Muscala's got 11 rebounds in the game. Dedmon. Rebound by the Magic. Rudez has got his 5th rebound right now in the game. And here's Augustine. To the inside. Here's Biombo. And so he draws the foul on the shot. A trip to the line to shoot 2. First trip to the line for him here.
Shooting for Orlando. Bismarck Biombo. At the line for 2.
Shooting 2, gentlemen.
And the first one at the line is good for the Magic. Aaron Gordon comes in for Damian Rudez, and Simmons subbed in for Fournier. and he can't hit the second. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession.
Kevin, let's look at where the Hawks stand in the NBA rankings right now. 6th in blocks, 8th in free throw percentage, and they are in the top 10 in team points per game.
And going back to their block shots, they're fearless, challenging shooters and contesting everything. You end up on a few posters, but I love that willingness to take a stand defensively. They are just killing them on the interior.
Yeah, you can't say that with enough emphasis. I mean, the defenders are just not being aggressive enough down low. You got to play with some physicality in the paint.
Now here is Augustine. 8 points for him. When you look at Mario Hezonja, 6'8", guys, you see him as more of a small forward or a shooting guard?
Well, I think he's a swing man. You can play him at both positions, undoubtedly. He's got small forward size and the athleticism and scoring ability to play the shooting guard spot. I think it just depends on the matchups and what you're trying to get done in any given game. Despite the troubles he had in the first half, he stayed composed and focused, and now he's getting it going.
1:12 left in the third. Now here is Augustine. Not a lot of room. Here's Hezonja, and he gets it to go from the corner. Hezonja's got his 3rd bucket of the night. Out to the wing. Intercepted. Here's Augustine, drops in the breakaway layup.
They're straying away from the three-point game here in the second half. And that's fine as long as they're on the lead and they're getting good shots. They've decided not to take nearly as many three-pointers in this half.
Here's Muscala. Taking a look at his stats, he's averaging around 7.5 points a game. And it's out of bounds. Last touch by Gordon. We've got 33 seconds left to play in the third. Here's Bembry. Delaney, guarded by Augustine. That one drops for him.
No hesitation at all right there. Just right up against a much bigger defender.
Man, and I love that fearlessness, that aggressive attitude. Boy, I love watching guys play with that kind of abandon and freedom, Greg. It's a beautiful thing, man.
Passes it to Hezonja. Just 3 on the clock. No good there. The 3 quarters of play all in the books, and this one all but over already. Orlando out in front, running away with it. And do not go away, as we'll be back in just a few moments with the start of our 4th quarter coming up next. And we're getting underway here in the 4th quarter. The scoreboard tells the story in this matchup, but we'll see how much things change up here. The Hawks trail by 21. And so in the game for the Magic, Gordon down low with Vucevic. Simmons is out there with Elfrid Payton, and it's Ross in at the small forward. Now here's Schroeder, the dish to Bazemore. They set the pick, just 4 to shoot. Orlando grabs the miss. Gordon's got the glass covered here tonight, 11 boards for him. That's going to be out of bounds. The Magic will retain possession.
You know what? A low percentage pass on that one, but sometimes it's worth the risk.
Well, that time the risk did not pay off because it was well defended.
Pass to Simmons. Pass to Gordon. And the bucket counts, and he's on his way to the free throw line. Try to make it a 3-point play.
How many times have we seen a possession like that from them today, ending with a basket coming off a pretty pass?
Well, when you look at the assist totals, heck, they've been clearly the better team. Nice numbers from Gordon. He's got 12 rebounds, and he's rejected a shot over the course of the game, too.
And it easily could have been more. He's played an effective game at that end of the floor.
Now here's Schroeder. Plumlee with the screen. Bazemore passes to Plumlee. Plumlee sets the pick for Schroeder. Back to Plumlee. Missed inside.
Boy, the pick, and with that weak screen, I use that term loosely, did nothing to spring him open. It was ineffective. Boy, that's a warm-up jumper there. I mean, when you're a pro, you can't make excuses for missing that one.
Schroeder dishes to Bazemore. Feeds to Ilyasova. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Plumlee, they grab their own miss. It's good on the putback.
And those second chance points really become almost like bonus points when you can get them.
Magic leading by 22. A little over a minute and a half of the fourth quarter gone now. Inside, here's Simmons, and Simmons slams it in.
And, you know, for a bigger guy, Vucevic really dishes the ball well out there. He's a terrific passer and does a nice job recognizing easy scoring chances.
Now here's Bazemore, and there's the feed to Plumlee. Schroeder with the ball. Clock at 6. Back to Plumlee. Prince outside. Drills it from outside.
I'm not sure who was supposed to pick him up, but somebody's going to get an earful from the coach for leaving him that wide open.
Vucevic is screen on Schroeder. Payton kicks to Vucevic. He got right to the cup using that screen.
It's obvious down in the paint is where Vucevic is most comfortable, just utilizing his size and strength against anybody who tries to defend him.
Now here's Ilyasova. Dishes it to Bazemore. He kicks it to Ilyasova. Offline with his three. Orlando leading by 23. Ross passes to Gordon. Payton outside. A three from Simmons. Here's Vucevic, and it's going to be 2 free throws. Drew contact on the shot.
Looking at the numbers for Vucevic, he's got 10 rebounds and also 3 steals. Good contributions for him offensively with the assist, and also making some nice steals.
You know what, Clark? You're right on the money with that. He's been just as creative as he has been disruptive.
Free throw drops for Vucevic. The Magic making a switch here. Fournier is checked in. And both free throws good for Vucevic. For Atlanta, they've gone just 33% from the field in the fourth quarter so far. They are 2 of 6. Now the pass to Bazemore. He dishes it to Schroeder. There's the three. It's hauled in by Gordon. Gordon's got 14 rebounds tonight, going after him.
He's still looking for his first three-pointer of the second half after making just 1 in the first.
And he makes the first. So 1 for 2 that time at the stripe. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. To the inside, it's taken away by Payton. And Matt kicks to Payton. And so he earns a trip to the line. Officials saw the contact and he'll shoot 2.
Well, Payton in this one, he has 11 points, and all the steals he's collected only add to his impressive stat line.
Whether he's picking someone's pocket or picking off a pass, he has been a disruptive force out on the floor.
And the first one drops. He's off on the second. Out of bounds, Orlando takes possession.
And this has been a comedy of errors. I mean, you can just add another one to the list.
Simmons checked in for Orlando. The Magic have gone 3 of 6 from the field so far in the fourth quarter. Here's Rudez. Out of bounds, Atlanta takes possession. The Hawks have gone 2 of 7 from the field in what's been a cold start to the fourth quarter for them. And Bazemore kicks to Humphries. They double him with Simmons. Nice ball movement here by Atlanta. Left side Prince. The 15-footer, and he hits the jump shot. Prince has got 5 points now this quarter.
And that's definitely a shot that he has in his arsenal.
There's a screen. Mack the pass to Tavares.
Oh, and just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I gotta say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going.
Neither did the defense.
The Hawks shooting in the fourth quarter has looked shabby, 38%. It's stolen by Mack. And here we go with the Magic fast break. Mack leading the charge.
They're over the limit. That's his first personal foul. At the line for the Magic, Sheldon Mack. At the line for 2.
Free throw good, Mack. And so he's able to get 1 of 2. Atlanta's gone 1 of 3 from outside the arc since we've reached the fourth quarter. To the left wing. Kicks to Hibbert. Makes it off the glass.
And the huge big body of Hibbert helping him make his presence felt inside.
Pass to Rudez. He feeds it to Mack. To the inside. And that one is hammered home.
And in terms of size, not your typical center, but man, he plays as big as any of them thanks to that terrific leaping ability.
And Atlanta has possession. The Magic getting the bucket. Bazemore dishes to Hibbert. Back to Bazemore. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely.
And that lead pass allowed him to get straight to the rim unabated in stride.
Here's Rudez. To the middle.
You know what? You've got to always be in control of your emotions.
Straight frustration right there, and I agree with you. Self-control of your emotions a must-have if you're going to play winning basketball.
2 shots. Last on the first.
Free throw good, Mack. He doesn't get the second one. The Hawks have gone 5 of 10, 50% from the field. And here's Prince outside. Knocks down the 3 ball. Prince has got a couple of 3-pointers now in the fourth for the Hawks. Well, they're really making a point of keeping the ball moving around.
That's the key. The D can't focus on one player, and no matter what anybody tells you, that ball will always move quicker than the defender.
Good.
The shooting percentage continues to elevate here in the second half.
Well, as a group, they've been harmonic since the break. In sync. good team basketball resulting in high-quality shots.
It's good.
Nice work on the inside. Hard to get that one up and over the big fella.
Well, it's not supposed to be easy down there, and a little artistry on the inside helped him make it happen.
The Magic have gotten into a pretty good groove, going 6 of 10 here in the final quarter. Now Payton, Gordon a screen. Now here's Ross. Here's Payton. Another miss by Orlando.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Plumlee sets the pick for Prince. Shots good by Dedmon.
He's definitely turned things around in this game. I mean, he was more of a background player in the first half. He's jumped center stage now.
Outside Gordon. There's the dish to Fournier. Back to Gordon. Shot clock at 6. Takes a 3. The shot, no good. Plumlee with some nice D. Schroeder kicks to Plumlee. Back to Schroeder. Pass to Bazemore. Pass to Dedmon. And Plumlee kicks it over to Schroeder. Can't hit that one. And Orlando the other way now. Payton outside. Rebound Atlanta.
You know, just a little too fancy on that play.
Well, you don't want to force any play, but particularly the alley-oop. You'd like to try that when it's wide open.
Here's Dedmon. Feeds to Plumlee. From 10 feet out. No good off the back of the rim. Magic leading by 22. Payton kicks to Biyombo. Got a piece of it. And here's Schroeder. There's the feed to Bazemore. Schroeder with the ball. There's the pick. And the basket is good.
And now we can see them really working it inside.
Yeah, Clark, quality looks at the rim. That's fueling this run.
Now here's Payton. On the wing, Gordon. Ross in the corner. 5 on the clock. Payton passes to Gordon. Another miss, and they've really hit a rough patch here. Schroeder dishes to Bazemore. Launches it. And it's Orlando with the rebound. Gordon's got his 16th rebound on the night.
He hit a couple in the first, but so far he's been unable to get uncorked here.
Payton kicks to Gordon. For the 3. That's good. And it's Payton with the assist. And that's 13 points for Aaron Gordon.
Man, I like seeing Gordon stretch his range a little bit. I mean, the three-point shot is still a work in progress for him, but I think he's only going to get better the more experience he gets shooting it from there.
Atlanta calls timeout.
They're sending guys to the line way more than they should here. They need to play good position defense and avoid the reach-in sloppy foul.
Bazemore passes to Dedmon. Plumlee, count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist. And he's now got the double-double. 10 points and 12 rebounds. Now here's Fournier. He's covered by Bazemore. Fournier dishes to Peyton. A 3-ball. That one doesn't drop. And Atlanta will go the other way with it. And it's Schroeder in the corner. Offensive rebound. Shots good by Dedmon. Dedmon's got 10 points in just the second half.
And the defense just gets caught standing around that time and giving up the second chance opportunity.
You know, that just can't happen. They need much more effort than that on the glass.
Now here's Peyton. Gordon a screen. Hits the front of the rim and out. The Hawks trail by 19.
And guys, what we saw here tonight is one side having everything going for them. Huge margin of victory for the Magic.
You know, a team can have a great shooting night without getting a lot of assists, but tonight they had both.
Yeah, and listen, you only get the assist if the guy you give it to makes the shot. So a lot of assists will up your field goal percentage, but this is a great team effort by everyone.
And it'll advance their win total up to 12 on the season.
And they'll take the win tonight, setting the tone in the first matchup of this 4-game season series.
And it will be a fight, Greg. When you see an opponent that many times, it's inevitable that those games take on a little extra added meaning for the players.
And when you look back at this one, what an amazing performance this was for Vucevic. Just an outpouring of points from him. Nobody could do much to keep him from dropping it in.
1:04 left in the fourth quarter. Muscala, the pass to Bembry. Trying to break that ice-cold streak. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a three-point play.
One shot.
Yeah, he earned that one. I mean, taking the hit and still able to get that one to go down.
Incredible, incredible body control right there. Don't know how he was able to get that one to go, but it sure was a thing of beauty to watch.
The Hawks making a switch here. Hibbert's checked in, and the Magic making a change here as well. Tabares is checked in. Ross dishes it to Rudez. Tabares kicks to Hezonja. Tries it from the top of the key, and the shot falls short this time.
Well, I think he had all the space he needed. He just couldn't find the bottom of the net.
Tips it.
Way to play the boards and come away with the offensive rebound.
The rebound by Hezonja. It's stolen. Pass break here. Here come the Hawks. Here's Delaney. Atlanta again missing. Here is Augustine. And so it's Orlando taking this one by a big margin. This one was over well before the final buzzer. The fans were waiting for something to get excited about, Greg, but they never got it.
They sure didn't. I mean, they just rolled to this win. They made it look really easy. What an efficient performance at both ends.
And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Nick, great win tonight. Good performance by you. How surprising is it that you contributed to the game in so many ways?
I mean, I wouldn't say it surprised me. I always knew I could play at this level, but I just play hard. I just play hard and get things happen. I don't try to force anything. I just let the game come to me, and I play hard. Rebounds. Like I said, it's a lot about effort. That's what I can do every night. And points are gonna come some nights. Sometimes they won't. I just take what I get and just keep playing.
Well, you did it all over the floor tonight, Nick. Thanks a lot. Back to you, Kevin.
All right, David, thank you. And that'll wrap it up, folks. For Greg Anthony, Clark Kellogg, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA on 2K Sports. And we send you now over to Ernie Johnson, Shaquille O'Neal, and Kenny the Jet Smith.
The 2K Sports postgame show.
Kevin, thank you. Superb. And now let's move on to the presentation of our Jordan Player of the Game, Nikola Vucevic. He had a nice surge to start the second half, hitting his first 3 shots.
I know he's a center, guys, but Nick Vucevic is just as dangerous from the outside. I mean, that's a special talent to be able to play on the block and then take your man outside. It makes your defender helpless.
Sometimes it takes a special effort from one of the others to win on the road, and that's what he gave him. He played an unbelievable ball game, played smart, played in control, and got them points when they needed it. Others, baby, I love them.
And that'll wrap things up. Thank you for joining us. For Shaquille O'Neal, for Kenny the Jet Smith, for Kevin Harlan, wherever he might be, and for the rest of the 2K Sports crew, the best in the business. This is Ernie Johnson. Good night, everybody.